नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटियाओं। माई सेल्फ डॉक्टर हिना मेवाड़ा, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ प्रसूति एंड स्त्री रोग, फैकल्टी ऑफ आयुर्वेदिक साइंस, जयोति विद्यापीठ वुमेन्स यूनिवर्सिटी. In previous session, I was discussed about abdominal hysterectomy. So, with the continuation of the topic, in this session, I am going to discuss about the vaginal hysterectomy. The vaginal hysterectomy is often designated as Ward-Mayo's operation, which is named after Mayo and Ward, both from the United States. Removal of uterus per vaginum is called vaginal hysterectomy, which is mostly done in case of uterine prolapse. The uterovaginal prolapse in postmenopausal women or genital prolapse in perimenopausal age group, along with disease like DUB and unhealthy cervix or a small submucous fibroid, requires hysterectomy. So in that cases, vaginal hysterectomy is done. Vaginal hysterectomy is done as an alternative to Fothergill operation where family is completed. Also, it is done as an alternative to abdominal hysterectomy in case of undescended uterus, either as a routine or in selected cases where abdominal approach is unsafe. Pelvic floor repair is not done in such cases. Vaginal hysterectomy is also done as an alternative to laparoscopic assisted vaginal hysterectomy in selected cases of undescended uterus. The vaginal hysterectomy is contraindicated in too large uterus, in nulliparity, where the vaginal introitus is narrow, where pubic arch is narrow, in the condition of immobile uterus, where any adnexal pathology and adhesions are found, and in case of severe endometriosis. Now, steps of operation. First of all, patient positioning. The position is dorsal lithotomy. Then vulva and vagina is to be swabbed with antiseptic solution. After that, perineum is to be draped with sterile towels and legs with leggings. Then after, bladder is to be emptied by metal catheter, and vaginal examination is done to assess the type and degree of the prolapse. After that, Sims speculum is introduced. Sims posterior vaginal speculum is introduced to retract posterior vaginal wall, and the anterior lip of cervix is held by multiple toothed valcellum and firmly brought down by assistant. After that, circular incision made over the cervix below the bladder sulcus, and vaginal mucosa dissected off the cervix all around. Pouch of Douglas is identified and peritoneum is incised, and bladder is pushed upward till uterovesical peritoneum is visible and incision is made out. This is the circular incision which is given on the cervix below the bladder sulcus. After pushing up the bladder and the opening of pouch of Douglas, first clamp are placed on the uterosacral ligament as close to the uterus as possible, including McEnroe ligament and descending cervical artery. The tissue are cut as close to the cervix and replaced by Vicryl number 1. Similar procedure are followed on the other side. Here there is a clamp put on the uterosacral ligament with McEnroe ligament and descending cervical artery. Second clamp include uterine artery and base of the broad ligament, and the structures are cut as close to the uterus and replaced by ligature, means Vicryl number 1. Here, second clamp are placed on the uterine artery, ascending branch of the uterine artery at the level of internal os. Third clamp include round ligament, fallopian tube, mesosalpinx, and ligament of the ovary. The structures are cut and replaced by transfixation suture. Vicryl number 1. This is the third clamp, which is put on the round ligament, fallopian tube, mesosalpinx and ligament of the ovary. The tissue in between the clamp are cut and replaced by transfixation suture. After that, the sutures of uppermost pedicle on the either side are tied. The excess sutures of the uterine artery pedicle on each side are cut, and the sutures of pedicle containing the uterosacral and McEnroe ligament are passed through the vault crosswise and tied. After that, vaginal packing is done, which is optional, and self-retaining catheter is introduced. This is the diagrammatic representation of the vaginal hysterectomy. First of all, cervical incision is given, then bladder is pushed, and first clamp is done under the uterosacral ligament. Then second clamp is given on the uterine artery, and third clamp is given on the round ligament and fallopian tube and ovarian ligament. And this is the condition after removal of the uterus. This is the first pedicle, second and third pedicle. The advantage of vaginal hysterectomy is it can be effectively done in obese patient. Post-operative complications are less morbidity and mortality rate, less post-operative pain and less need of analgesia. Hospital stay is less in vaginal hysterectomy. Early resumption of day-to-day activity and no abdominal incision and scar on the vaginal hysterectomy. The disadvantages of vaginal hysterectomy are there is a need of more skill and experienced surgeon. Exploration of abdominal and pelvic organ cannot be done properly. Difficult in case with restricted uterine mobility, limited vaginal space and associated adnexal pathology. Limited in case with when uterus is more than 12 weeks of size, presence of pelvic adhesion or previous history of laparotomy with adhesions. Now, complication of vaginal hysterectomy. Complication of vaginal hysterectomy with pelvic floor repair are immediate complication and late complication. Immediate complication is wall cellulitis, pelvic abscess, thrombophlebitis, and pulmonary embolism. The late complication is wall prolapse. So thank you for listening me. This session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Hope you all are satisfied with my session. If you have any queries, please write in comment box so I will resolve it. Thank you so much.